Hey everybody, it's Benita, and I just wanted to check in with you guys real quick before I go to sleep. So I was supposed to do a show tonight, but unfortunately I got caught in the rain and my sinuses are haywire. They're just everywhere. And my voice was really scratchy and everything. I kept sneezing and sneezing and sneezing. So I didn't want to do a whole show like that. And so I just said, well, I'll just come on and make a quick little video to explain to you guys why I didn't do the show today. Well, tonight. And hopefully tomorrow I'll be feeling better. And so I can do the show that I was supposed to do tonight. But I hope you guys are having a wonderful week. Thank you all so much for the wonderful birthday wishes. And don't forget, I celebrate my birthday the whole month of August, okay? So every day in August is still my birthday. All right, let's not forget that. Every day in August is still my birthday, okay? So note to self. I was listening to this speech or message or video clip earlier today, and it was talking about feeling like you failed in certain areas or what have you. And what the video actually did, it gave me the courage to talk about something I've been wanting to talk about for a while now, but I didn't know how to I didn't know how to have the conversation, to be honest. I didn't because to have that kind of conversation, you have to be willing to be super transparent, super honest, not only with your audience, but not only with my audience, but with myself as well. So, Sunday I turned 56 years old, and so many things have gone on these past few years for me. I always say that I'm in the best part of my life and sometimes the worst state of my life at the same time, because two things can be true at the same time. And for me, that is absolutely my truth. I am so thankful and so grateful that I have made it to 56, because I'm telling you, there were times where I just knew I wasn't going to make it. I mean, dealing with 2 types of brain tumors and radiation and all of that stuff, all the brain surgeries I've had, setbacks and all of that. But I'm here and I'm thankful to be here. And so it's been something I've been wanting to talk about for a while. And like I said, I was fearful. I was fearful to talk about it, because sometimes when we share certain things and we talk about certain things, you never know how, people are going to react or whatever. But after I heard that message today, it was a short clip, real short clip. But after I heard that message today, it really gave me more courage to talk about what I wanted to talk about. I was actually going to start talking about it tonight, but my sinuses just wouldn't do right for me to do a show. So, but sometimes we feel that we failed. Even when things happen to us that are completely out of our control, sometimes we feel like we failed, because right before the pandemic hit, a lot of us was doing well financially. A lot of us were doing well financially. Then the pandemic hit, and then a lot of people still haven't recovered from that. And then for me, right after the pandemic hit, we thought we were going to recover, and then boom, I go into having to have brain surgeries all over again. So, and remember, I'm dealing with 2 different types of brain tumors. So when they do one, they have to wait 5-6 months to do the other. So I've been through that twice, having several strokes. Now finding out that I have permanent brain damage because of strokes that I've had. Um, so I want to talk about, you know, feeling like you failed even when things were out of your control. It's one thing to feel like you failed when you haven't tried. You know what I mean? But when you have tried and tried and tried and tried, and things just keep happening that are completely out of your control, I mean, what do you do then? You know, um, do you give up? I think I've come too far to give up. You know, we're talking about an 11-year battle here with two different types of brain tumors. I would be, I don't know, I think it would just show how ungrateful I was to God if I just gave up. I just think after all He's kept me through, after all He's brought me through, after all He's held me through, I think it would say to God that I'm unthankful if I just threw my hands up and didn't try. You know what I mean? And so, I'm going to share some things with you, very personal things, but it's nothing that no one else hasn't gone through, or other people's. Not a lot of people, maybe not everyone, but at some point or another, I know we all feel like we have hit rock bottom, whether it be financially, um, physically, in our health, relationship-wise, in our dating, marriage, what have you. All of us have felt like, dang, I missed that. I failed at some point or another. Feeling like a failure and actually being a failure are two different things. Because I feel like I failed in some areas. However, the areas that I feel like I failed in the most are not really failures. They were completely out of my hands, out of my control. There was absolutely nothing I could do. There was nothing I could have done to plan for it. There was nothing I could do to foresee what was going to happen. And so sometimes when we are made to feel like that, not by anyone, sometimes it just be our own thoughts, you know. It keeps us from telling the story that really needs to be told and shared or what have you. Because you never know who your story may help. You know, and I've been so transparent throughout this 11-year journey of dealing with two types of brain tumors that I think I've come to the point where people's opinion don't really matter, you know, because at the end of the day, um, the things I deal with, people can't see me through. It's only been and is now and will always be by the grace of God. So I can't be held captive to other people's opinion. I can't be held captive to my own fears, you know. So I'm going to be sharing my story about how I feel like I failed, and I want to talk to you and show you how sometimes things can happen outside of our control. Um, when before I had to go through all of these surgeries again, I was actually getting ready to have my home built, and then all of this came back on all these surgeries and brain radiation and all of that came back. And so I'm going to show you. Sometimes, you know, people say, oh, you have a GoFundMe page up, you don't look like you need any help, blah 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 blah. Child, don't worry about how people look. You need to hear their story first, okay? Once you hear a person's story, then you can be better equipped to comment or not. But hold on.